1 or 2 cents concerning what it takes to have to win a grant. So grant is just like a money that is being given to a business owner, be it a founder or a business entity, to fund its operation. And the people that give out the grant is just like they are giving out your a free money for you to run your business, but they have criterias they look into. I'm saying this because about 2 or 3 days ago, uh, I was opportune to be in a gathering where Lagos State government gave some Lagos State agricultural business a total of 150 million naira in grant, and this money was awarded to different agricultural business. We are talking about the people into the media aspect. We are talking to people that are cultivating greenhouses. We are talking about people that are into seeds. We are talking about people that are into processing. We are talking about people into consulting. We are talking about people that are into either ed tech and varieties like that. One thing I came to realize is that there are grants available. The first form of cohort that Lagos State government did, they gave out 100 million naira. This one, they gave out 150 million naira. But one thing that struck good for me is that yes, this money are readily available, but they are going to only be given to people that have done their business very well. Your business must solve a particular problem before they can say they want to give you. They must look at, okay, they can't just give any founder. They give founders that probably know what they are doing. They have records. They have proper book, bookkeeping, and a varieties like that. So one thing I will say is that before you can say your business should can get any grant, you have got to actually make sure you have a functional business, a function, very healthy business. I say functional and healthy business because your business must be healthy in a sense that you must know, you as the founder must at least have a fair share of what your business entail. You must have an idea of your marketing. You must have an idea of your customer base. I will give you a sneak peek to a particular business founder that won 5 million naira in 2024. Um, so she said that she's into cultivating vegetables and tomatoes, pepper, and the rest. But they had a challenge. They were doing this open field, and in that age, basically, they saw that they have a issue that whenever rain falls, rain destroys a large portion of their farmland, and that made sure that they lost millions in naira of their yield. So they actually were looking for money, and she was not of the opinion of getting a loan. So she was like, the Lagos State application, because the Lagos State next year too they will roll out another application in which they will tell various agribusiness owners to register for grants. In fact, there are some grants that are available to people. There are grants for agricultural NGOs. There are grants for women in agricultural business. There are grants for various form of agribusiness as we speak. But the one that I went to is what I'm trying to talk about. That's the Lagos State government owned, which will also open next year. And while we are trying to do this, we are trying to water the ground to make sure that people that are here, they have a firm understanding of what it means to create and have a good business agricultural business that can win grants. That is why we are basically here. So that lady said she decided to just give it a try. That there are some things you see in Nigeria, and you decide, okay, let's just give it a try. So she gave it a try. She was able to she came across some sort of orders in form of a panel asking question. But one thing that made her to win that money was that she was very original, because she said she showed them pictures of a farm that rain has already destroyed, and what the money that she is getting, what it will expect it will do for her business. So if, for example, you are saying that you are looking for a grant of about 10 million naira, if they give you that 10 million naira, what exactly are you going to use that 10 million naira for? Aside that, is there a track record of your agricultural business? What has it been doing the last 1 year? What has it been doing the last 6 months? Is there a track record of profit or a track record of growth? They will have to actually look at that. So there are many things businesses um, panelists look into. In fact, Sterling Bank was saying that they are ready to fund any agribusiness innovation to a tune of about 20 million naira if they can get anybody that have an agribusiness for innovation, an agribusiness innovation. So basically, what I'm trying to say basically is that your agribusiness must be done very well. You must have a very good business, agricultural business, a functional one, not just one on paper, so that the grant can move you from a point to the next point. So, and there's nobody to help us to do this. One of our own who has actually won grants, been in various panel sections, that will be taking us on this section. So I'm going to be introducing to you, Madam Shoma, um, Madam Shoma from Agrodemy, who will be taking us on our, what did they call it, on our agricultural grant. So please, while she currently she's going to be joining us in about 2 to 3 minutes. I think she says she's having issues with trying to just log in into the joining the meeting. So please, okay, finally she has joined too. So let's welcome Miss Lucy Shoma as she takes the floor. Miss Ma, you're welcome.
You're welcome, Ma.
Miss
Hi.
Lucy, are you with us?
Yes, hi everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Good to have everyone on the call. I
Yeah, you
will
are
just
welcome.
get to share my screen so that we can get right into it.
Thank you.
Okay. Windows, yeah. So please confirm that you can see my screen.
Currently, I can't see your screen yet, but I
Okay.
don't know. Yes, I can.
Let me know when you can see my screen.
I can see your screamer.
Oh, great. Thank you. Welcome everyone to today's session. Please confirm with a thumbs up that you can see the screen, everyone, just before I start, so that I don't lose anybody along the way. Can you all still hear me or see my screen? Hello?
We can hear you.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Oh, great.
I can
Okay,
hear you.
perfect. Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to this session. Today, we'll be talking about how to access an agribusiness grant successfully. The reason for the focus on agribusiness is, first of all, we are an agric school. Secondly, I have seen over time, and I and my team generally have seen over time, that a lot of agribusiness owners do not even understand the power they have. right, and the level of access to funds that they have by virtually running an agric business. So to make this session wholesome, I would like you to maybe mention the business that you are into, and if you're not into a business, the business that you are about to go into, so that when I make examples, I can make examples with your business. I would be waiting for everyone in the comment section.
I am into agricultural seed production.
Okay, that's good. I'm waiting for the others.
We can see your screen now.
If you're not, yeah. Share the agric business that you are interested in or the agric business that you currently run. This is to help make the class very useful for you. So I would give maybe 2 more minutes for everybody to drop the agric business, the business they are into, or the business they are planning to go into, or the business they have interest in. I'm waiting, everyone.
So we have somebody here that's Mr. George. He said he intends going into the cassava value chain production. So I think he's
Okay,
going want to, yes. So we have Miss Amara that said she's into kilishi business. Funny thing
okay,
is that the Lagos State competition that we went to the last time, somebody into kilishi won about 3 million euros. So I can say you are very in a good place. Please.
perfect. We are waiting for the others to drop their response in the comment, or just
You can
unmute
just
yourself.
unmute yourself and say it, or basically you use the chat box.
You're already here in the class. You can also make sure the class is very useful for you. So call it out so that we can engage together. Okay. I would just continue with the seed business, cassava value chain production, and the kilishi business. Food transport business from the north to the east. Perfect. Good. So we have somebody that is into production. We have somebody that is into processing. And we have somebody that is into agro food because kilishi business and agro food. And then we have somebody that is into services. So which gives us good data for our session today. So the first thing I want to start with is there's agribusiness money everywhere, especially for us in Africa. And grants are real, but they don't reward confusion. They always reward structure. Grants are real, but they don't reward confusion. They reward structure. And I know you'll be asking yourself, why does grant matter in agribusiness? See, a lot of donors are interested in food security. They're interested in youth and women, and agribusiness falls there. They're interested in climate change. Agribusiness is a big solution to climate change. They're interested in value addition as a way to reduce food waste. They are interested in smallholder support. So you must be positioned for the kind of things that they are interested in. So what that means is that for you in kilishi business, you would sit in your room, someone they ask you, what do you do? Say we are reducing fresh meat waste by converting them into dry kilishi that has longer shelf life, improving the income of meat sellers, and making meat protein more available, right? That is where you should sit in. You that is into value addition, you are solving food security issue by reducing wasting cassava, by converting cassava into value added product. For you into seed, you are saying you are reducing food scarcity by producing seedlings that would enable more farmers grow produce. So you are supporting smallholder farmers by giving them quality seedlings. So you really have to position yourself. You that is into transportation, you You are supporting smallholder farmers by providing a means for them to move their produce from a place where it is not demanded to a place where it is being demanded. You have to really think through your business, and how you tell your story matters a lot. If you tell your story from a buy sell angle, you would always lose out in the grant game, because the grant game is a game of interest of the funders, but you need to be positioned for it. So let's even start with the important question. Are you even grant ready? So I'll need everybody to score themselves. If you have CAC, 1 point. If you have financial and production records for your business, 1 point. If you have a clear idea, 1 point. If you have pictures and videos of your product, 1 point. If you have budget, 1 point. If you have a pitch deck, 1 point. If you have a pitch video of your business, 1 point. If you have customer data, so by customer data, I mean you have your customer name, their demography, their gender, how many times they have bought from you, 1 point. If you have a team, as far as it's more than you, 1 point. Then if you have clarity of the impact that you are creating, 1 point. So I want to see everybody's score in the comment section. So let me know how many points you have for your agribusiness or your agribusiness idea. I'm waiting. Let's see everybody's point. We have to be vulnerable to be able to solve our problems. So please open up. Let's know your point. How many points do you have? You have 2 points. You have 3 points. You have 4 points. You have 5 points, 6 points, 7 points, 8 points, 9 points, 10 points. Let us know. Let's go. I'm waiting. Mrs. Stella, Georgie, Esther.
So we have somebody here, that's Mr. Shidera. He
Yeah,
said he's giving himself a score mark of 2. He said he
perfect.
hasn't. I haven't looked at grants before now, actually.
Great, great,
Oh,
great. Any other person?
the
Amara,
woman into Miss Amara, she's into kilishi business. She's giving herself a 3
3
points.
points. Okay. Let's go. Who else is giving themselves points? Let's hear from you. Mr. Georgie, how many points would you give yourself?
So we have somebody
Esther,
here.
3 points.
Stella 2 points.
Oh, perfect. 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 So it means that all of us on this call, we are in the not ready. So it means that this class we're having today is going to move you from how to go from less than 6 to a 9. Because for you to get a grant and become grant ready, you need to be scoring a 9. You need to have a lot of clarity. And that's the reason why maybe grant is not coming through to your mind. That's the reason why you have not won any grant. So let's get into how to ensure that all these points get to 10. Now, 90% of people fail grants because of various reasons. First of all, they don't have this requirement from the assessment. Secondly, they don't have an understanding of the problem that they are solving. So top of your head, you feel like you're making meat available, but beyond making meat available, you are solving protein deficiency issue. You are reducing waste for meat sellers. You are making it more easier for people to access protein, because normally meat is expensive in the market, but with Kidishi, they're able to access it, right? You are making farmers get access to market, because a farmer that do not have access to logistics typically would have to sell at a discount, but because you exist, that farmer is able to access market. A cassava farmer is underselling when you can buy a baseline price and you convert it into a processing facility. So they don't have to depend on all those people who wait for when the cassava is about to spoil to buy it off from them at discount, because you exist, right? There's also the part that there's no even evidence. And the truth is, whether you're at the idea phase, you have traction, you always need to have evidence. So what is evidence for you in Kilishi business? Evidence for you in Kilishi business is having videos of your friends testing your Kilishi and giving you feedback to say that the Kilishi is nice. I really like the Kilishi. Feedback for you, evidence for you would be you have placed your Kilishi have 20 customers. Evidence for you is followers on social media at the earliest phase of your business, because people follow you because they genuinely are interested in your business, right? Now, there's also the part that people feel grand because they don't have any record. So people have customers, but if you ask them, how many female customers have you served till now, they don't have that data. If you don't have that data, how then do you win a grant that is focused on businesses that are empowering women? You don't have that data. There's also the part about wrong choice of grants. So you are running a processing business, you are targeting grants that is focused on farmers, you are targeting grants that is focused on tech. There's also the part about weak budgeting. So the truth is that you are even very good, you have a good business plan, but the moment they come to your ask page to ask you, what are you looking for? What do you need money for? You have low budgeting. When they ask you for a product that you have never finished building, you are spending 70% on marketing. You are now spending 20% on production. It tells a lot about the fact that you are not ready, because at the earliest stage of your business, you should focus on improving your product and trying to see how to reach more markets in a more cheaper manner, right? And generally just zero clarity. And for the purpose of this call and this webinar, we'll be addressing how you can move away from not having this clarity to having them for your business. So the first thing first is, where and how do you even find grants, right? That's the first thing. There are various places you can find grants. So you can find grants from international organizations. Think about FAO, IFAD, UNDP, USAID, GIZ, MasterCard Foundation, AGRA, AFDB, Bill Gates Foundation. So it means that your first work as an agribusiness owner is to visit this site and see their various call for application that exist there. The second place you can find international grants is international organizations always have CSR budget for grants. International businesses have non-profits. MasterCard does ATM card, but they have a non-profit that fund business. Visa does card, but they have a non-profit that fund business. Think about all of your big businesses. Google has a company and is a business, but he has a foundation. Same thing with Microsoft, and all of these people have funding. So your first place to look for grants, especially if you are targeting international grants, is following up on these pages. 1, subscribing to their newsletters. 2, 3, following them on LinkedIn, because international businesses most times make their post on LinkedIn. So the task you have from this particular conversation is, when this call ends, have these names, go and follow their pages. Browse FAO grant opportunities. Look at past grants and use that to see the requirement and begin to prep yourself for it. The second place you find grants within Africa and Nigeria is the popular Tony Elumelu, the Orange Corners of the Netherlands, international breweries, and Instagram pages that have grants in their name. So from time to time, just go to Instagram pages and look for Instagram pages that have grants to their name. They post these opportunities because they know that a lot of people are looking for money, and posting grants is a way to build traction. Consulting firms also post a lot of grants. Business schools post a lot of grants. So maybe they have Thursdays that they post grants, Fridays that they post grants, because the truth is, grant posts will always get traction. So they leverage it. So your work here is begin to look at Instagram pages. Even if the only reason you're on Instagram is to follow these pages that actively post it, please do it. The third place is websites, right? So I usually used to tell people that if you are lazy with checking international organization, following up on their newsletters, following up on LinkedIn pages, following Instagram pages, then stick to websites. There are a couple of websites that have grants. There's Opportunity Dex, there's Opportunity for Africans, there's Fund for NGOs, there's LinkedIn, there's a website called MSME Online, which is MSME Africa, which is the picture where I spoke to them about one of the grants that I won. There's also an NGO that is supporting grants called D4A Foundation. So they have, like, I think, a Telegram channel or a WhatsApp channel where they post grant opportunities. Then there's a website called VC4A. On VC4A, you see a lot of grant opportunities, including their deadline, their requirements. All you now need to do is what? Click subscribe. 2, block times in your calendar where you go and visit all of these sites. Give yourself 1 hour, browse through, read the applications, look for the ones that fit you, and then you stick to them. So these are the 3 major places that you look for grants. And then what are the kind of grants that exist? So there are startup grants, which is for people who are starting business. In fact, for you For you, Mr. Chidera, there's a particular grant that is open, and it's for people who want to start non-profit and social enterprises. It's called The Prize. The Prize will give you $20,000 to kickstart your business idea. So you want to go and check The Prize. There are grants that are focused on idea. There's also another grant called Echoing Green. Echoing Green gives $100,000 for people to go and start a business idea. So what do you now also have to do with yourself? Make sure that as you are finding these grants, you notice that the application will have passed. Check the date it was posted. Then block your calendar for the next year to go and check that website to confirm if the application was open for the year. That is how to be intentional about grants. There's also equipment grants. So equipment grants supports people like Mr. Georgie, Mrs. Perpetua, that into processing and value addition, because you need to buy machines. Maybe you want to buy a sealing machine, you want to buy a weighing machine. There's usually funds for all of that. Now, processing, there are grants that focus on processing and value addition. This is very clear. And now there are grants that focus on climate smart ideas. And all of your businesses are climate smart ideas. You only have to reframe your story when you are pitching to them. A major contributor of climate and climate change is food waste. So once you can tell a story around how your business is solving food waste or reducing food waste, you fit into a climate smart business. Market access. I typically believe every agri business also fits into market access, because for you in Kilishi business, you are providing markets for the person that sells fresh meat. For you in transportation, you are providing market for the local farmer who is in the remote area. For you in cassava, you're providing market for cassava farmers. For you in seed business, you are providing markets by giving them quality seed that will grow for them to convert to good revenue. So all of you are into market access. There are also grants that focuses on training. So for example, you are running your Kilishi business and you want to train 50 farmers on how to arrange their fresh meat in a way that will meet the standards that you can buy. You get funding for that. You don't have to use your money to do that. You just have to tell a good story about how, whenever you get meat, you mostly reject most of the meat that farmers give you because these meat do not meet your standard. So you want funding to be able to train these farmers. And by training farmers, what have you done? Introduce them to your business and they all start giving their meat to you. Same thing applies to you in logistics. You want to teach farmers about how to package their agricultural products to be logistics ready. You too in cassava, the same thing. You in seedlings too. How do they package their seedlings in a way that lasts after they have bought seedlings for you? And the story you will tell is that, when you sell seedlings to farmers, you realize that a lot of them, the seedlings spoil before they even use it. And that's because they don't understand packaging process. So you are seeking grant to be able to train your customers and other farmers on how to store their seedlings. That way you use the opportunity to reach out to other farmers that don't even buy from me and use the opportunity to train them. At the end of your training, tell them feel free to buy quality seed from me. Then there are now innovation grants. Innovation grants are looking for tech, new ideas that are mind-blowing, something that does not exist in your current country. Those are the kind of funding. So you need to start choosing your category wisely. So it means that today you can be pitching your business as a meat seller. Tomorrow you can be pitching your business as a solution to protein deficiency. Next tomorrow you can be pitching your business table. Let's now go to what are funders looking for, because we now know where to find grants. We now know the kind of grants that exist. What are funders looking for? Funders are looking for clarity, evidence, execution, impact, record, and sustainability. So why if we fund your business now to buy your first truck, what's next for your business? What if other people come into the trucking business? That's why you now start thinking about, do you want to also, as you are doing trucking business, you indirectly be selling crates, food crates, so that the edge in your market is that farmers don't have to buy crates when they are doing their delivery through you, because you already have crate. Because crate is also another issue. Now that sustainability means that you are way ahead of the market, but you're also reducing waste. But you're going to stay long in the market because you are solving a problem under the problem. You that is into Kilishi business, it starts from meat. The next thing you start asking yourself, okay, quality of meat. Do you want to start giving them cold chillers? Because most times you will now realize that this meat, if they're in the chillers, it's easier for you to buy them than when they are just fresh all day in the market. And you start selling chillers. Any customer that sells meat to you and you buy their meat for more than 10 times, you give them chillers, and then you'll be removing the money from their this thing and spread the payment across 1 year. With time, your chillers are all over the market. You have solved an underlying problem for them. You too in seed business, maybe it's the bargain, maybe it's the basket, maybe it's the spray they need to use to maintain freshness of seed, and you start selling it. So think about sustainability for your business outside the box of the business that you are doing. For us at Agrodemy, we do training, which is we provide free courses, we do webinars. On the other side, we then realize that, okay, people like online courses, but people like physical training. So we now say, you know what, let's start connecting people to agribusiness owners who are actually in that business for physical training. People need consultation. We start signing contracts with existing agribusiness that have experience to say, come and be a consultant on Agrodemy, come and be a physical trainer on Agrodemy, and earn money when you service any of our customers. But while we are doing that, the major bone of contention in the agricultural space is that a lot of people do not know how to integrate technology to agribusiness. We now have a lot of young people who are tech savvy. They don't have jobs. They know that there's a job in the agricultural space, but they want a job that they can be able to use their tech skills into. People who are already in this space feel like if they don't put tech, obviously the market is running and leaving them, but they are too old to learn tech. We said, you know what? This is our sustainability. We are going to raise agro digital officers. And that becomes our only signature course on Agrodemy. That's how you think about sustainability. So right now, there's nowhere in the world anybody is doing a training for people to become agro digital officers, but we are doing it. And that's our edge in the market. Think about sustainability. So what are common grant questions that they ask? Once you have understood sustainability, clarity, they start asking you a question of what problem are you solving? Based on the interest of the grant, that is how you will answer the question. What is your solution? Based on the interest of the grant is how you answer your solution, not how you feel about it. Who are your beneficiaries? The way you will define your beneficiaries is different for different grants. What impact will you create? What you will define as impact is different. Climate smart is a different way. Youth and women, different way. Job unemployment grant, a different way. How will you measure success based on the interest of the grant? To help you know how you measure success. Why should we fund you? When they ask you why should you fund you, the thing you begin to tell yourself is show them how you are solving a global problem from your local space. Connect it with the SDGs. A sweet example I always used to give people is when they come to me and say they are struggling with a grant. I said, go on any of the AI tools that you use, drop your business ideas and ask the AI tool to let you know how you connect to the 17 SDG goals. You'll be shocked. To make you to stop applying for one kind of grant, you open your mind. That's the kind of stories you use when you want to do. Why should we fund you? What is your budget? People that are interested in training, you cannot begin to tell them you want to buy a machine. People that are interested in facility, you cannot begin to tell them you want to use the money to hire staff. Check, backtrack. See, when you want to apply for grants, except it's a grant that is opening for the first time, go and look for past winners. Look at their business. What are they doing? If you can chat them up. Look for a meeting with them. What evidence do you have? Picture of your product, video of testimonials, people on your wait list. Guys, you need to start thinking outside the box. Maybe that's the reason you've not won grants. Maybe that's the reason why you're not thinking about grants. And most grant submissions have certain requirements. So most grant submissions will ask you for pitch deck, pitch videos, your product demo, your business model canvas, your business plan, a proposal, and your financial records. You need to have them handy. So as a rule of thumb, I always used to say, do not use the same pitch deck for all grants. Always tailor your pitch deck for the grants that you're applying for. Since I started working on Agrodemy, I have not used the same pitch deck to apply for 2 grants. I will read the requirements. I will tell my story based on the requirement. I will tell it in a way that excites them, and I will make my submission. If I have a grant that is focused on empowering agribusiness owners, when I go there to pitch, I pitch Agrodemy as a school that connects learners to existing agribusiness owners, creating new source of revenue for existing agribusiness owners. That's the story I tell. If I say grant that focus on youth and unemployment, I'll pitch that Agrodemy is a school that train, certify, and deploy agro digital officers in the agricultural ecosystem. You selling. So how do you now write winning applications? Now that we understand the kind of questions they ask, how do you now write winning applications? First, problem statement. They will always ask you, what problem are you solving? For problem that you are solving, always make sure that your problem statement carry data, location, who is affected, urgency, and the consequences of not solving that problem. I'll give you an example. They asked Mr. Benga that is in cassava processing, what is the problem you are solving? Cassava farmers don't make profits. Oh, that's vague. The solid problem statement is in Benue, smallholder cassava farmers lose 30 to 40% of harvest yearly due to lack of on-farm storage and processing option. This reduces their income and increases waste, leading to food scarcity. That is a problem. Defined, there's a location, target audience, the size of the problem, the effect of the problem. Meat market men don't make money in Lagos. Instead of saying that, you say in Lagos, over 60% of meat spoil within 48 hours due to poor preservation. And these market men lose income and consumers lose access to affordable meat. This is why I started Kilishi business. As you expand at your earliest phase, funders like to see that you are focused on a particular location. As you grow, you move from Benue to Northwest, from Northwest to 15 states, from 15 states to Nigeria, from Nigeria to Africa, from Nigeria to West Africa, from West Africa to West Africa and East Africa, and then you go to Southern Africa, then you are targeting the whole Africa, then you become a global business. Tell a good problem statement. Then when you want to talk about your solution, talk about what you do, how it works, who it benefits, why it makes sense, and what makes it different. Always do that. See, we train cassava farmers on improving planting techniques and provide access to solar dryers to reduce spoilage and increase income. For you that is into cassava processing, you say we train cassava farmers on improving planting techniques and buy off their cassava at harvest, which we convert into gari, giving them fair price for their product. In Kilishi, we convert surplus meat into dried, sweet, and edible, shelf-stable meat using hygienic dehydrators. In seed business, we help farmers grow quality crops by providing them seedlings that can survive different harsh weather conditions at an affordable rate. Doing logistics, we help farmers in rural area move their produce to urban areas where there are demands for them using our logistics and our safe packaging materials. Start thinking about how you define the solution of your problem. Now you begin to ask yourself, what are the stories you now need to tell? Impact. See, it's very quick, especially when your business is still young and you don't have a lot of revenue. Your revenue is not 100 million, 1 billion. Your biggest traction is impact. What are impact? Increase in yield, increase in revenue, reduction in post-harvest loss, numbers of farmers reached, farmers trained, youth empowered, women empowered, job created, climate impact. You can start asking yourself, these indicators, how do I start measuring them? So to measure them, you need to start having things like baseline. What is baseline? When a customer come to you, simple question. Oh, after they finish buying your kilishi, hello ma, I'll take. What do you buy your kilishi? She will not tell you that she bought your kilishi because it's a healthy snacks for her. You've noted it. She's a woman. Ma, where are you based? Oh, she's based in Count. By the end of the day, at the end of the year, if they ask you how many, you say we have our product is in 36 states, helping women struggling with eating healthy, access healthy protein that help them lose weight. You have to record something. Because some grants these days, we then ask you, show us one person. Show us one person. That's why for us now, Agrodemy, we are very big on testimonials. So we used to have our testimonials internally, but we have then realized that most times when we go for grant application, they ask us, where is a Facebook post made by this customer, by a learner? Where is a LinkedIn post made by this learner? These are the things that they now want to begin to track. Because that one shows that it's not you that wrote it, it's the learner that wrote it. Then you need to have evidence file. Oh my God, Mr. Benga, the career I bought from you is very good. Save that recording in your drive. Feedback from buyer of our Gary. The farmer people buy from, send you message, say, oh, God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. Now I don't have to stay in the market in the night. I don't even used to go to market again because I know your boys will come and carry it. Thank you, God bless you. Save it, evidence. Your boys are collecting goods from farmers and putting it inside the truck. The farmers is shouting, Nangode, Kai, Nangode, Bakasemi abon the Kai moon. Record it. True feeling. Record it. Those are your evidence file. Their feedback, record it. That's how you measure the impact indicators that I told you. Then you need to have your supporting document. Get your CAC document. Open a bank account. I always used to suggest that start with fintechs that allows you to open bank accounts without charges before you go to traditional banks, right? If you can open accounts in different currency, now just open it, especially if it costs you nothing to maintain them. Platforms like Gray, Money Point allows you to open business account, just to do it and keep. Have a utility bill. So if you're using your house as an address, have a recent utility bill just in case they are asking as evidence of your address. Get your TIN. And not just get your TIN. If you get your TIN at the end of the year, even if you're not making profit, go and declare that you don't make profit. They will give you the certificate. Get a good passport picture. Solid one. Get your business plan. Get your pitch deck. Have good pitch videos. Have a spot where you take clean, quiet pitch videos. Have your company polo that you wear in all of your pitch videos or your brand color. Be super intentional. Have your record sheet. If you're into processing, start processing your NAFDAC. Have evidence, emails, which is why it's important to send emails over WhatsApp. Hi, thank you so much from the call concerning NAFDAC registration. Based on what you said on the call, we are supposed to work on this, and then you'll be able to this. Thank you so much. Okay, that is evidence. Are you processing NAFDAC? Yes. What's the proof? If you're into farming, the land document, either the receipt of you leasing the land or buying the land. This document will always come in handy. Have a folder where you keep all of them, so that any application that needs it, you go there and copy it and name it well. For Agrodemy Technologies CAC, Agrodemy Technologies latest bank statement, Agrodemy Technologies utility bill, Agrodemy Technologies team, Agrodemy Technologies founder passport photo, Agrodemy Technologies business plan, Agrodemy Technologies pitch deck, Agrodemy Technologies video, Agrodemy Technologies customer feedback picture. Name it well. And then what are some do's and don'ts? For do, clarity, numbers, honesty, and have evidence. And don't, please don't exaggerate. Never exaggerate, never lie, don't overspend, and do not ignore instruction. When you go to this website, read it. If they say for business less than $10,000, please leave it. Unless you want to just apply for them to have your name in their database. But spend more time applying for grants that you actually fit into. Now, example of a winning answer. When they ask the person, who are your beneficiaries? Oga that is selling seed will now say small farmers. Oga that is selling cassava, doing cassava value chain will say small farmers. That's wrong. Who are your beneficiaries? 210 small farmers in Gwe East local government who grow on 0.5 to 2 hectares plot and lose up to 35% yield due to storage challenges. This is very defined because small farmers is vague. Cassava farmers is vague. Vegetable farmers is vague. Define it. So I always used to say that a reusable impact answer template is start with problem, solution, beneficiary, impact, your budget, your sustainability, your evidence, and your team. Except that grant is stating otherwise. But there are some grants that will just say write an essay and submit to us. Send in your random pitch. Follow this format. But there are grants that are very defined to even mentioning what you should do and not do. Please stick to what they said you should do. Stick to what they say you should not do. So the next question you want to be asking yourself is, then how do you write winning pitch decks? Because pitch decks, apart from questions, the most important thing that they also ask for are pitch decks. How do you write pitch decks? Let's get to it. A pitch deck is supposed to have a consistent structure. The title, problem, solution, beneficiaries, which are customers, target audience, your impact, your model, which is how you make money, and your sustainability, your team, how much you are looking for, what you have done so far, and your budget of how you have spent money, how much the evidence of what you have used that money to do, how much you are looking for, and what you will do with the money, and then why your business fits for the grant. This is typically how it is. So people will say keep your pitch deck as 10 to 12, especially if they do not give you criteria. But the people that will give you criteria say 5. Stick to it. Don't be over sabi. Don't feel like you need to give them more information. If they say they only want problem solution and your product demo video, please stick to it. Don't add another thing. Things that you should not do in a pitch deck. Like this, my slide presentation, if you notice, one-liners, very clear, matching colors. That is how your pitch deck is supposed to be. No long paragraph, no shouting colors, no crowded slide, no unrealistic claims. Anything that is an irrelevant achievement, please remove it. You are the class rep of your school when you are your undergraduate. Please, it's not an achievement. Don't be putting. In fact, some grants will ask you for your CV. If you are sending CVs for grants, remove anything that is irrelevant. You are the Miss World of your department. Remove it. Unless you are a Miss World for Agric department where you are able to use fashion to tell the Agric story. Oh, keep it. Remove any irrelevant achievement. Which is why Agrodemy Academy is like where anybody that is running an agric business, you should have taken a course or 2 there and keep certificates. So when you come to that certificate part, you're not putting virtual assistant certificate that one UI UX certificate, Google my debt. Why? Is Agric you are doing? What's going on? No single Agric certificate for what you are doing. You need it for your CVs. Because international grants want to see that you are not just building a business, but you are someone that is constantly growing and developing yourself. That's why we started Agrodemy. Because people lose grants because they don't have any proof that they know it. In fact, I currently have a case on my table where someone had reached out to me to tell me that he's about to secure a funding for a project on tree planting. Guess what? They asked him to prove that he has been trained on tree planting as a business or as a non-profit before. He rushed to me, Agrodemy, do you have it? I say, sadly, we don't have tree planting course, but let's see what we can do for you. You need these things so you have relevant achievement. So how do you now begin? That is all you need when it comes to your pitch video. Simple, clear, no fluff. How do you now do pitch videos? There are general rules around pitch videos. What are the general rules? Use clear background. Use places without noise. Put caption in your video just in case the person that is reviewing your grant, they ask the person to review the grant application inside room, but for some reason the person is outside. He's doing obule, he's in a club and he's trying to meet up deadline. If you open the video, it will just look at your, the person will just look at your face and assume this person knows I've been in business. Cut out. If there's caption, the person can reduce the volume and still listen to and read through. Have your logo on your video, because maybe the person finished watching the video, he has watched 15 videos. He's now assuming that perpetual spice, maybe it's perpetual, is it perpetual cow farming? And that's how you lose out. Logo keeps it memorable. When you're pitching your videos, look into the camera, hide the camera. Don't be like me that is teaching now. I'm looking at my screen, and looking at my screen is not directly into the camera, so my eyes is not facing you. Your pitch deck, look into that small hole so that they can know you're talking to them. Use we anytime you are doing any video. What we are doing at Agrodemy, I never say what I am doing, except the pitch asks me, what do you do as a founder in Agrodemy? They answer the questions they ask in the video prompts. They'll say, in 1 minute, tell us why you should win the grant. In 1 minute, only you start saying, Benue women are suffering. Benue women are dying. The world is ending. This is happening. Okay, they ask you, why should we select you? I should be selected because, please, if you can reduce your video quality, please do it, especially if you have to upload. So go online and browse video compressors. Do medium compression, because if you do the lowest compression, it makes the video too light and then it's not clear. Please don't do that habit of, they say video of 5 minutes, you now do the video 5 minutes, 13 seconds. You now increase the speed to 1.2 so that it can fit back. They see it. Obey the rules. Now, if they're asking you for a 1 minute video, this is the simple pitch. Hi, I am Lucy Chioma, founder of Agrodemy. In my community in Nigeria, farmers face limited access to trainings, especially from real agribusiness around them, and access to technology-driven staff. And we solve it by providing a platform where we connect them to existing agribusiness owners who are running similar business and raising agro-digital officers that they can hire and deploy to their business. Our impact so far, we have so far onboarded over 50 agribusiness owners on our fiscal training platform, giving them an opportunity to generate a new way of making money. While also we have on our wait list over 350 youths who will be trained to become agro-digital officers. Typically, we know that they are going to be employed by the end of the program. We need the funding. To create our content, because currently our content are created with Canva slides, and we want to shoot real videos, real human, to help human interaction. And this is what we want to use this funding to do, so it can allow us to reach over 300 or 3,000 youths in the next 1 year. Thank you. Stick it. If it now becomes a 2-minute video, oh, you start with evidence. In Africa, in Nigeria, and if the video do not say only your face, please put pictures, put videos, put your achievement, put your partners, put what you want to use the money to do. Yeah, I just said, oh, I need 250 because it's 1 minute. 2 minutes, say I need 50 and 10K, of which 5% will go to this, 2% will go to this, and this will go to this. But my dear, if they now say it's a 5-minute video, oh God, please give a deep impact explanation. Give a full budget strategy. Show how you measure impact. Show your sustainability plan. Let them know the quality of your team. This is how you should think about your pitch script. With that, you now know how to create videos. The last thing I want to address is how then do you make a great ask? For some people, great pitch, ask them how much they need, they tell you $100,000. Ask them how much they need, say $5,000. Meanwhile, what they actually need for their business is $25,000. How do you now make great acts? Your acts must be clear, must be specific, it must be logical. That anybody that hears it will not say you are a thief. And it must be growth focused, which means that money that you are asking for, what results should we expect after that money? So part of the mistakes that I made early on as a founder was I would make great acts, and when the funding come, because of fear of, oh my God, lemon is not finished, I don't exactly do what I said is my acts. So by the time I'm going back to my funders to say, oh, this is where we are, this is how the management is, but you said you were going to do this, why didn't you do it? Yeah. So that is why you need to define your acts very well and be sure that it's an act that you are going to go through it. Examples of acts. Asking for solar dryer. They now give you money for solar dryer. You start using it to pay salaries. They are looking for irrigation they now give you money for irrigation to use it to go and buy farm. You want to distribute improve seed. You want to distribute vaccine to cow farmers. They give you the money. You use the money to go and buy 3 more cows in your company's name. That's not what you said. You are doing logistics. You said that you are using the money to go and buy a new car, to buy the 50 more, 100 more crates. They give you the money, you guys use it to buy a warehouse. Define your acts very early, because what usually happens is that if you stick to your acts and it doesn't go as planned, it's easier for those funders to refund you. They will give you another money. What are the data you now need to record? Because see, you can't win grants if you don't have good records. Go and watch great pitch videos. Great pitch videos are great because when the founder is speaking, he had numbers to back it. Have input log, your harvesting log, your yield log, your labor costs. You pay bike money today, you pay feeding money today, you now pay salary today. The staff now go, now have accident, you now pay hospital money. It should be recorded. When you are clearing the land, you call you are producing, you use 10 maggies, show us, let us see it. Tomorrow you now use 20 maggies. Oh, so when you're not asking for money and 1 carton of maggi and 1 carton of maggi will be able to help you process 50 kg of meat. They will look at your records to check it, to do their plus and minus, to give them the exact number. What's the cost of packaging? What's your sales? Which one is your profit? Who are your suppliers? Do you have a list of them and their phone numbers? If you are building a technology platform or even a business, who are your monthly users, monthly customers, monthly buyers, active buyers, recurring buyers? How many feedbacks do you get that month? How many farmers called you to tell you that, oh, without you, I can do nothing. Because of you, I can pay school fees. Those are your impact numbers. You need to have an Excel sheet where you have multiple sheets under it where you're tracking all of this data, so that when you are about to pitch, you can pitch it. When founder says, send me proof, you share them link, you just add their email to the Excel sheet. They will take that, they will read and be wowed. So please start recording data. So now that we now know how that we need to record data, we know what videos need, we know what pitch decks mean, we know where to find this grant, we know the do's and don'ts of this grant. How do you now become grant worthy? First thing first, apply monthly. As a rule of thumb, always make sure you apply for 1 grant every month. In fact, I tell people that if you want to increase your momentum, do 2 in a month. There are people that are solid with their momentum that they apply for 1 every week. Build a folder, a document folder where all of the requirements that you need is there. It's not when you want to submit, because there are some grants you see 2 hours to the deadline. But the reason you could not apply is because you cannot start finding where your CAC is. You cannot start finding where your financial receipt is. If everything is in a folder, you can quickly apply for a grant 1 hour, 2 hours to deadline. Prepare your pitch deck, prepare pitch video. Don't go and make the mistake and say, oh, let's submit the other one. It's the same thing. No, don't do it. Keep your records. You never know the day to be useful for you. And track all applications. All. You know, Tony Emelu, go and browse. When the Tony Emelu grant is to open, he opens on the 1st of January. Set calendar reminder for 1st of January to go and check it. Set calendar to remind you to submit. Month by month, search. When you search, identify, set it up on your tracker for the deadline. I always used to say, if you see a grant very early, try to apply 2 days to the deadline, because on the deadline, a lot of people, you know, in Africa, a lot of people are last minute people. Entrepreneurs are busy last minute, they will forget. So everybody is submitting on the last day. How do you avoid being among those people submitting on the last day? Have a tracker that enables you to give yourself deadline 2 days to the real deadline. Then every time you lose a grant, go and check who they selected. Tell them congratulations. Try to make them your friend. Say, you applied, though you not getting. What do you think that make them select you? They'll give you gist. You save it. In fact, if there are ones that they have open pitch for the finals, go and watch the finalist pitch. It will help you know, okay, maybe it's because of this, they select this person. I'll work on this in my business. Speak with entrepreneurs. That's why I use this picture. Make sure you're speaking. The lady that I was standing across with, that lady has won grant from World Bank. She has won grant for people I have not won grant from. And she was the one who now told me that the next level of grant application is, you don't wait for grant application. You will prepare documents. If you hear that maybe World Bank say that, farmers do not have seedlings, one thing, only you go and start looking for emails, LinkedIn, people who are working in that office, ask them for their email, prepare proposal, attach it in your LinkedIn and share it with them. Tell them that, you know, you have a project that solves the problem and you're happy to have a call with them. That is how she's now winning grant. So she's not following us to do 2-minute, 3-minute video to look for likes. She has skilled. All my life, I do know that people could send emails to people and ask them for money. But that's a level you will get to, you aspire to get to. But you have to start small. So have a grant storage system. Oh, that is another beautiful thing to have. Every grant you apply, before you click submit, copy the question, paste it on the Google Doc, copy the response, paste it. So when, maybe because some grants will take 3 years. In fact, I have a grant that I applied for that is in 1 year, they will give me feedback. Imagine not remembering what I said. Or they now called me for interview. I'm not saying left when I wrote right. Always have it. That draft, it also even helps you to improve. And most times, when you now see a grant that is similar, you can just go and look at that one, copy, paste, and do a tweak on it faster. Track everything. Have a storage, agribusiness grant 2025, agribusiness grant 2026, January grant application, February. Keep it in a way that you remember what it is. So we have come to the end of this class, right? Before we end the class, I want a lot of transformation from you all after today. You now know how to write problem statements. You now know what pitch decks are after. You now know what it looks like to create a pitch video. You know what it looks like to keep record and what records to keep. You now know that you need to be applying monthly. You now know that you need to track progress. You now know that there's a positioning for funding. It's time for you to start implementing. Please start implementing. And there are a few resources to help you. So the first resources is agrodemy.net. Go on our website, take courses on business plan writing, business model canvas creation, pitch deck creation, how to apply for grant, and any other course related to grant fundraising and your agric business, so that you are first knowledgeable about what you are doing. Then go to agribooks.com. It's like the only agribook store where you see a lot of agribusiness book on how to guides, templates, business plan sample, any form of document or book about agriculture, you find it there. Go and read books, buy templates, see what people are doing, test it. If it doesn't work, use the learning and tweak the one that works for you. But above all, I would advise you to buy the book on how to win grant for your agric business. Then there's a non-profit which we support from Agrodemy called D4A Foundation. So the non-profit does a boot camp to help agric businesses over 2 years to win their first grant through a first agric business grant bootcamp. But for you to qualify for it, you must have kept record for at least 3 months, have your impact, use their templates, and then you can apply to get into the bootcamp. But if you get into the bootcamp, you get one-on-one support, like a lot of things, and it's very discounted. I think it's around 50,000 or less. Right, but the good thing about the bootcamp is you only graduate when you win your grant. So it's like the way to say you have graduated is you have your first grant. That's why it's called the first grant bootcamp. And lastly, I'll say YouTube. Go on Agrodemy Africa YouTube page. We do webinars on grants. Sometimes we do webinars on grant application. D4A Foundation YouTube page too. They also post like grant writing tutorials. Maybe a grant is open. They do videos guiding people how to apply for it. Just turn on notifications on YouTube pages that are valuable to you, that takes you closer to your goal. And I promise you, you'll be good to go. I'm open for questions. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. We sincerely appreciate, and this is mind blowing actually. This is highly transformative and educative to me, and I believe it's going to be to everybody. But I want to know if those courses on Agrodemy websites are for free or there is a fee attached, and maybe if we can have an idea.
So, thank you for the question. So most of our courses we have a free school and we have a paid school. In Agrodemy, short courses, 1-hour videos, 2 hours trainings, they're usually very free and you still get certificates. But where we begin to charge you is when you begin to ask for physical training, you begin to ask for consultation. And the reason we charge you is we are not the one doing it. We are doing the work of going to go and look for somebody who is in that business, and we're asking them, what is your charge? And it's what they charge us is what we come and tell you, this is the charge you pay, and we connect you to them. So that is where you get to pay. Then, and the only online program we currently have now that we charge people for is our Agro Digital 2 program. If you want to learn how to integrate technology to any agric business, that program is currently at 100,000, but we are keeping a discount in the 31st of December, the 1st of January 2026 at 50,000 for the cohort that is going to start in February. So to directly answer your question, most of the courses are free, and the ones that are paid are clearly you clearly see it on the website that they are paid.
Thank you very much. But what's the website address, ma?
www.agrodemy.net.
Thank you very much, ma.
You're welcome. Any other question? I know some of you are breathing, you're doing so are my own problem since please ask questions.
You just took it from me. Choma, good evening, Lucy.
Good evening. Good evening, ma.
You took it from me, you know now. I'm coming back because I didn't have this knowledge. Honestly, you just shared about grants. I've been into training, so I didn't have this understanding that training also could have a kind of grant. And in fact, it's so awesome to hear this. So I'll get back to you on this, please.
No problems. Thank you very
Yes.
much. Mr.
Thank you.
George, I'm sure in your head you are saying, ha, this cassava business. Ha. Do you have anything to say to us?
Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
In fact, thank you for the resources that you have shared. They are mind blowing. I've been taking notes since the lecture has started, and I need to go back and digest it. All this while, thinking about grants. I've never for once sat down and think about the input one needs to, the preparation involved in actually getting it. I thought it's just like a normal thing that, you don't really need to prepare. Just go, so writing your submission and, that's all. But I now understand that you need to actually sit down and be intentional to prepare for, getting a grant. In fact, the word is being intentional. And
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
thank God for the lectures. I'm sure by the time I digest it properly, I will send in my questions. My
That
friend
is
is there,
fine.
so
Oh,
I
great.
will still, I
Oh,
will still bombard him with some questions. But thank you so
feel
much. This is
free.
eye-opening.
Feel free. I also like to say another thing that I did that also helped me with grants was after I spoke to the lady, I will show you all in the picture. She then started telling me that, you know what, there are people that you want to get grants from them. You go and look for head of sustainability, head of CSR, head of women and youth in World Bank. Go and follow the person on LinkedIn, send friend request on them, then intentionally make posts. Decide which platform. So that is why LinkedIn is a powerful platform for an agri business owner. So you talk about your business, talk about the problem you are solving, the impact you are. Oh, check my LinkedIn post. I have calendar for when I post as the founder of Agrodemy, because it's not my staff that will do it for me. Because the assumption a lot of businesses feel is that, oh, it's their staff that will post their business for you. No, your staff will only catch up with the bug that you have set up. So you are the one who intentionally, oh, today you want to talk about youth and women, how your business supports youth and women. You drop the posts, you tag WHO, what bag, tag the ones you can tag, keep it. Because most times when they want to do some grant and they don't want to do an open call, they will first come on LinkedIn and do hashtag youth and women focused agribusiness. They'll send DM to those people, send them email and tell them, please send in your application. There's currently a grant that they sent me a DM for. It's for people in the education business. And they said I was someone nominated me. And they've sent me emails reminder to tell me that I should apply for the grant. Tell me even if I'm not sure, for the fact that somebody has nominated me is the first edge. So it's an intentional gain. Then another thing I used to tell people, business owners, to motivate yourself, go and follow people that have won the grant you're aspiring for. I know people I'm following, business owners that I'm following. I follow my very good friend Choma Babi. She runs an edtech. She has, in my presence, in 1 year, Choma did rebranding. She stayed away from grant for 1 year. She worked on her numbers, her impact story, users, testimonials, products, initial customers. Guys, when Choma came out again to grant application, in 1 year, Choma won over 200K in grants. And again, there are some grants that will come for you as an entrepreneur, but it's travel grants. So they don't want to give you money, but they want to fund you to go to a different country and see what's happening there. They want to fund you to go to a conference, to connect with people, talk to people, collect card. Don't lose out on those kind of grants. Conference. Right now, till now, I don't apply for any grants that need me to pay money. I always used to advise, please don't do that. At this early stage of your life, don't begin to pay anybody that you want to apply for grant. But if you see free application, push yourself. They'll say, oh, it's a leadership conference, apply. If you get selected, when you go for that conference, you say you're a leader in your business, you're a leader in the industry, tell stories, you'll be shocked. The founder is there listening to you. There's a founder there listening to you. At least currently now, I started traveling. The first time I went out of the country was in 2023. Between 2023 and now, I've been to 8 countries, fully funded by different people. And you think tomorrow when I come back and say that, oh, Agrodemy, since I started mentioning that, oh, Agrodemy is about to launch the Agro Digital Officer program, everybody's interested in it. And that's why I say, when I was in the Netherlands, I saw what technology was doing in the Netherlands, and so organization funded this trip. I'm currently living in Rwanda. An organization is funding me to live in Rwanda for the next 2 years. So by the time I come out and I start saying that, we're expanding into East Africa, our first target is Rwanda, we got the initial support from the MasterCard Foundation for the founder to be there. You think they won't listen to you? They would. And there's a bug with grants that I need to let you all know. If you win the first grant, win the second grant, everybody start funding you. There's a lady I want you all to go and check. She's in agribusiness. Her name is Biliki Salaudin. I know Biliki Salaudin. After 2022 was when Biliki Salaudin started being serious about her potato business. Guys, this year alone, Biliki's, at least I've seen Biliki's in 3 conferences, fully funded. I can't count how many awards and grants Biliki's has won. Both the ones that I'm part of the reviewers, both the ones that I saw the company post. So she does not even used to post it again because people will be screaming. Back to back is a bug. So you can't give up. Then I need another thing I'll end with is please don't ever fall into the trap of believing that your age is a limitation. Never fall into that trap. Apply. I always used to tell people, if you have a team member that is within that age gap, use that team member's name, talk to the team member. You are the one who we are fronting for this application, not that fall into it. There's an application that we needed to do, someone recommended to us, but the application is for students. You have to be a student to get into the competition. I'm a student. One of my staff is a student. I have other staff. I would have as well put all of them. But no, they say student. I just put me and the girl. I reached out and say, hey, babe, we are in this competition. Just in case it scales through. It's me and you that is going to do it. I'm under 30, but I'm above 25. If I see any under 25, there are awards that I know. They say 25 under 25. I'm going to project my staff to go there. You need to also remember that you lose nothing projecting your staff to go for things. Because as they go out, your name too is also going out. You also want to make sure that your brand also looks good. Your staff not working, you have fight, you have blog, you have everything is happening. You have bring the gist to social media. Be intentional about what you post. If you cannot be intentional about what you post, please use WhatsApp. WhatsApp feels like the most secure space now because someone needs to have your number unless you begin to tag a whole group. Monitor this process and you will win these grants. There's grant everywhere. There's trips, funded trips. I know there's a founder I'm following. That babe has gone for more than 15 trips this year. Only me, I'm counting it. I say, God, I see what you are doing for others. You do it for me. Does anyone have any other question for me?
Yes, good evening, Matt. Thank you so much for the load of value. I mean, most of these things I have no idea of them before now. And I see people succeed with grants and it seems very far off. So I've gotten down action points to do, the courses on Agrodemy, the YouTube videos and things to start writing and start observing and start recording. But could the recording be made available so that I can go over it again and again, because a lot of things here are very new. Like I would really need to.
Yes. So usually when we have webinars like this, we record the webinars and we keep those webinars on our YouTube. So that's why when I mentioned resources, I said just turn on notification for YouTube. So even if you miss a session, you don't know what happened, and I got did the session, you receive the notification when that video is uploaded and you can go and catch up. So yes, this session is recorded and you have access to the recording on our YouTube page.
Awesome, thank you.
Amara, Messi, any question? Let me.
I have a question. Thanks for this whole session, ma'am. You said something about grant opportunities being available for people that have a team. let's assume for somebody like me, I don't have a team. What do you recommend that I do, or where do you think I should start from?
Perfect. You have a team. So the assumption a lot of entrepreneurs assume is that because they're not paying somebody salary, they don't have a team. There's one of your friends that anytime your business do coco, you enter their DM. Guy, this business is, you should try this. You should do. Guy, I'm thinking about trying this. Oh, do this. That person is your team member. Speak to them, especially in their expertise. So right now, I don't have a finance officially. I don't have a finance person, but I have a friend that works in finance for Shell. If I need to make an application that needs me to show who is my finance officer, I present to you my friend with her profile. And because I'm always communicating with her about what's going on in Agrodemy, she typically will answer questions about Agrodemy with ease. And guess what? Friends are always very happy to support once you're not asking them for money. They will say, in fact, they'll tell you this business fund, they will say, yes, I can even fund this business in my life. And they'll speak with so much passion that whoever is listening to them will assume that, oh, that's the energy of employees. But because they are your friends, they are able to keep that energy during the application. So think about those your friends you reach out to for stuff. The ones who have job, just let them know, hey, if I'm having financial issue, I'll be reaching out to you. If I have legal issue, I'll reach out to you. If I see that you're working in the marketing company from time to time, I'll ask you. And if I'm making grant application, I would put in your name as my marketing person, since you're like the one that is giving me advice. The ones that will happen is that your friend will say, Baba, now 15% shares of your company, you will have say no, Allah, but they will do it. That's how you get your first team. So do you have a team with this explanation?
Yes, I do. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Mercy. Any
Good evening,
question
ma.
for us?
Not, not at all now. For now, yes, ma. Thank you, ma.
Okay. So that's good. Moses, do you have any question for us?
Hello, good evening, ma.
Good evening, Moses.
Yeah, thank you, ma. Thank you for the teaching, although I got in kind of late. The question I want to ask is for someone who is just starting out, who wants to, he's still writing his business plan and all. He has not really started, but funding could be one of the challenges to start, and he's looking at using grants, to get it started. How is there a way to get like grants for
Yes,
that? You do not have
yes,
the business running yet.
yes. I mentioned it on this call. I don't know if you all picked it. I would really love you all to push yourself to apply for that grant. I'm about to share my screen. Um, I'm about to share my screen about a grant I mentioned. The name of the grant is called The Prize. The Prize is the name of the grant. The Prize is funding ideas. They give $20,000 to ideas and they have interest. So for this year, they're interested in health, water, agriculture, livelihood, energy, public service, education. Then they now have a system where they say you can propose your own. If what they listed is not what your business is, you can still propose your own. And they have a whole document explaining all their process. They do not live in the dark. You all should apply for the prize. I'm going to drop the link in the chat bot, the chat. Um, Honestly, if you are also on the community, if you're on the Agrodemy community, you would see it because we'd also drop it there on the community because it's even easier to drop it. It's easier to drop it there so that nobody misses it. I would just drop it there. Agrodemy, yes, yes. I'll drop it there. So it's on the community. If you're not in the community, please reach out to Larry on the call, the moderator. He'll be able to add you to the community as a community manager. Tell him, Larry, open me to opportunity. But the price is there. And apart from the price, there are many other grants. I mentioned another grant called Echoing Green. So go and check Echoing Green and check the time of the year they open their application, and block your calendar for it. Echoing Green also is to fund idea. There's also another grant that gives $100,000 to ideas. They just need the idea to be crazy enough for them, and they'll give you 100K. Look for those grants. They are there. See, just type on Google grant for people with only business ideas. We see it. Set calendar notification for when the new one will open. Start pushing. So that is not your excuse any longer, or is it?
Thank you very much.
Great.
It isn't, ma. Thank you so much, ma.
Okay, Larry, over to you.
Okay. Okay, so thank you very much. I will say I'm very grateful for this amazing section, because I myself was able to learn, take one thing or two as feedback. For everybody that showed up, although many people signed up for this webinar, but quite a few just showed up. So we are going to be sending the slides to you. Also, we are going to be sending you an event, a feedback form for you to basically just give us your feedback, what you felt like we did bad, what you felt like we did good. You can just gauge us on that feedback form. It's going to be on the chatbot shortly. I'll be putting it on the chatbot, or just send it as a mail out to us all. So you can just basically just leave your 2 cents about what you felt about this meeting. It's on the chatbot already. If you have any issues trying to access it, you can just let us know. But please, your response is very critical and important to us, because we plan to be having these subsequent sections like this, and it's going to be of very beneficial to us for us. Okay, sorry, it's not clickable. Just in a moment. Work on that and just get back to you.
Please don't forget to drop it on the email.
Yeah, we'll do that and put it in the email with the slides, so you can basically just have access to that. So once again, I'm very grateful for everyone that showed up today. Let me expect the slides at least before noon, before Monday noon tomorrow. So thank you very much for everybody. So we'll be having subsequent webinars, and we're going to be sending it to you via email. Thank you. Have a great week ahead. And in case you have or you want to know more about these grant sections, value addition, processing, you can just check us up on www.agrodemy.net. We have a vast selection of value addition courses that will be of immense value to you. Thank you once again. I'm very grateful to our moderator. Thank you so much for everything you have poured out onto us today. So do have a great week ahead. Thank you. Okay, so thank you very much, Madam Lucy. Thank you very much, Loretta. So thank you so much. I'm very grateful. Do have a great week, sir.